People travel here from everywhere for our art galleries, for high-end restaurants.
It's America's story, it's New York's story, it's my story.
This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah.
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month. And they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about this show? It's totally unscripted.
Welcome back to Your American Dream. I say your because these are stories for you and by you. We're sharing positive stories week by week and hoping to make a lasting impact on the nation. Today we have an incredible adventure with co-hosts Craig Sewing and Tani Vargas. We're going to be exploring a property in Rancho Santa Fe with unprecedented entertainment value. Check it out.
We have an extra special surprise today because Jenna invited us out to Hacienda Del Corazon.
House of the Heart.
Say it in Spanish. We're in San Diego.
Hacienda del Corazon.
So terrible.
I know, I sound so white. Which I know what it means, the house, the heart of the house, house of the heart. My understanding is when we find it, it's going to be a massive estate.
My understanding is we were supposed to take a right, like 6 rights ago, but that's okay.
Well, at least it's a nice neighborhood to be driving around.
Rancho Santa Fe. We got a horse arena.
That's right, Jenna did tell me we're going to get the ride of our life here, so I don't even know what that means. I imagine, hey look, there's a horse sign.
We're getting close.
Yeah, that's got to mean something.
I can feel the love.
I can feel the whiskey bar.
Hacienda Del Corazon. You could smell the whiskey. I think it is.
Is it?
I see roses.
I see a awesome estate. Wow. Wow. Mark here. I can't wait to go in.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Great time. Ready to show me around?
I thought you were showing me around.
Let's go.
That is an unbelievable property in Rancho Santa Fe, California. At 12,000 square feet, we were probably going to get lost, but before we do, we had an amazing interview with New York's Ryan Serhant, also the star of Bravo's $1 Million Listing, and he dropped some incredible knowledge on us. So get a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, only on The American Dream.
I'm Kara Kay with The American Dream. I get to meet with Ryan Serhant of $1 Million Listing. It's an exclusive interview and it's one you won't want to miss. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
With the wine in the wine room.
It couldn't be classier, in my opinion.
I know, it's very classy. I should have worn a tie.
So I know that you know the importance of TV and media. How important do you think that is in real estate today?
I think media is incredibly important in all businesses. I think any business that does anything for marketing in any way, shape, or form is now a media company. I mean, if you're a real estate brokerage like I am in New York City, we don't build the apartments, we don't build the buildings. We're not really real estate brokers, we're media brokers, right? I find different ways to market my properties via media. And so for me, television has been huge.
Sure, I think you, of all people, know the importance of getting exposure to listings, which is why you've gotten into TV and media. Now talk about the transition into how important it is to be social as well as on TV.
Yeah, I think that if you're a salesperson, right, which is what the book is for, is anybody who sells anything, you're really selling yourself, right? You're creating a relationship. You sometimes have to talk about the product. Sometimes you have to go into the price. Sometimes you have to go into the features. You need to have all that information, but that's what you need to do. That's the job, right? Everything else, especially through social media, especially through different forms of media, is building that relationship passively, right? This, you and I talking right now, is an active communication, building a relationship. Right. But I can hit so many more people through social, right, through YouTube, through LinkedIn articles. People talk about passive income all the time. For salespeople and for a lot of people in our generation, kind of the gig generation, we have passive relationships, our passive income, because those will turn into other sources of work for us down the line, and we just don't even know what they are.
If you are talking to a realtor who really wants to make it tomorrow and in the future, what advice would you give them?
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month, who aren't doing anything on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter, and they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you. You can't sit there and complain about not having business or sit there and complain about how the market's so tough if you're not actively doing things that are under your control. And what's under your control is putting out media. There's so many different places to absorb content these days, and so many real places to hit real people, to target them directly in your neighborhood, on your block, like that age group. And it's all about consistency.
Are you ready to cheers to your book and all your success?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we drinking this?
Yeah, I mean.
Are we chugging
I know
it?
nothing about wine.
So we're cheersing to the American Dream?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that again.
Okay.
So it's for real.
Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
All right.
To the American Dream.
It doesn't get any better than Ryan Serhant. I mean, there is a reason why millions of people follow him every single week. We're lucky to have him on the show. And right now, we're gonna go back to Rancho Santa Fe and see what Craig and Tawny are up to. Check it out.
Now this is an estate. This is an entertainer's dream. Tawny, can I saddle up with you?
Sure.
In this full bar?
Have you ever seen an estate with its own saloon?
No, I've never been in a place like this. This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah. So like from his house, this flooring from his house is now in this pad that we're sitting right now in front of this bar.
Well, you know, I think I'm feeling a little presidential.
Yeah?
So I think this calls for a shot.
Shot, cocktail, shot, let's do it. We wouldn't be doing this bar justice if we didn't like take a shot.
Well, I'm feeling classy, so how about the bad stuff?
All right, coming right up. 2 shots of bad stuff.
It's a classic.
Here I have your bad stuff. So I'm gonna pour us a couple shots, but I mean, could you imagine hosting a party here? This could serve hundreds of people.
And if this is your house, you're gonna be the most popular kid, and I promise you, everybody's gonna come party at your house.
Well, this is a great place to host them.
A few more of these, I think you'll be dancing on that stage over there.
I might get on that stage. Depends how we have to get along with the horse arena a little bit later, though.
Oh, yeah?
Check that out later. Do some things out there, have some fun.
Something?
Yeah,
Let's have
do
some
something.
fun.
It ain't my first rodeo.
In the midst of the darkest night,
Hacienda Del Corazon is a classic property in Rancho Santa Fe.
chains that were holding me. You sent your son down to set me free. Everything.
This property was originally constructed around the same idea of lifestyle that Rancho Santa Fe was founded on, and that is a simpler and a slower lifestyle.
Every time I walk through this house, I see another detail that blows my mind, but my favorite part about the home is that there's this incredible indoor-outdoor space that is accessible in every room. Living in Southern California and having so many beautiful sunny days, it's wonderful to be able to have all of your doors and windows open.
Floors from President Madison in your own private saloon. These are the sorts of things that I didn't even know I wanted until I saw them. This is an amazing way to entertain, but right now we're gonna check out how they entertain in your city.
Welcome to Soho, where I'm heading to my sales gallery for 565 Broome Street to start my day. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the area and why I love Soho so much. You know, this is really the center of art for the world. People travel here from everywhere for our art galleries, for high-end restaurants. There's incredible shopping in the neighborhood. This is such a convenient location for transportation in New York City to get anywhere that you have to go. The residential properties are unbelievable. We really have something to offer for everybody. Welcome to our sales gallery for 565 Broome, Soho. Our architect is Renzo Piano, who did the Morgan Library, the New York Times building, he did the Shard, he designed the Whitney Museum. All of our interiors were designed by RDAI, who designed the Armez stores. And then I want to bring you upstairs to show you my favorite part, the model residence, which really shows you what our building has to offer. The good thing about our building, we have apartments for everybody living the American dream. All of our apartments are delivered with really high 10-foot ceilings. All of our homes are delivering 6-inch oak floors. Our views are sensational anywhere in the building. You have expansive river views. You're fully open to the northeast. You see the entire cityscape. Let me show you our kitchen. One of my favorite features. This is really a chef's kitchen. We have Basaltina lava stone. We have Zucchetti fixtures, full Miele appliance package. All of our hoods vent outside of the building. Oak cabinets throughout. This is a kitchen that I would really love to cook in myself. One of the most important features to our architect is having the curved glass. When you're standing in your family room and looking out, it really feels like you're floating over the city. Really luxurious, oversized master bathrooms. All Calacatta marble on the floors and walls. Soaking tub, Zucchetti fixtures, Corian countertops, all oak cabinets. Even the insides of our cabinets are beautiful. Let me show you the model of the building, which will show you all the amenities that we have to offer. This is the only building in Soho that has this level of amenity space. The base of our building, we have our retail. You pull into our garage, you come right through to our porte cochere where you'll enter the building. If you're standing on Watt Street, you can literally watch your car come up to the 5th floor, pull into your parking spot. It's above ground, your car stays clean, it doesn't get dusty. When you want it back, you type in a code, it automatically brings your car right back downstairs for you, facing out. Right above our garage, we have our fitness center with yoga rooms. We have a 55-foot saltwater lap pool for residents, beautifully landscaped roof deck as well. We have every amenity that you could possibly want.
You know, so I gotta know, I think every broker in the country has to know what goes into making a New York real estate agent.
I think it's all about how you start.
Yeah.
And I have to give it to my parents. I've been in real estate literally since I was a baby. I was born into the business. When me and my brothers were little, we would drive around town with my parents and they would always say to us, if you see a for sale by owner sign on the side of the street, call us out, we'll pull over, we'll get the phone number. If you find a good one, we'll give you $5. I was so excited. $5 here, $5 there. I got to go to the toy store. As I got older, I started realizing once I got into the industry, when I was 18 years old, I'm thinking about it. All those listings that I got my parents. I'm like, it's unbelievable. I'm like, Mom and Dad, the amount of money that you owe me is incredible. So I've literally been selling my entire life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm passionate about real estate. You know, I work really hard for it. It's all about reputation and this is what it's all about. I mean, this is the pinnacle of my career. This is what I've worked hard for, and very excited about it. And I love working with you and being a part of the American dream and showing the world what it's all about.
Well, thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Never been in a horse stable in California before. I've been in a lot of real estate, but nothing like this. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I grew up in horses all my life. And this is honestly one of the coolest.
So Jenna is going to show us around, take us on some of these horses, but you know, I'm kind of noticing there's not any here. This thing could hold 7 or 8 of them, I think.
Yeah, it could hold you. You could live here.
I could live here. All right, well, you're the one who grew up in a barn. So what about these horses? All right, and there she is. Hey, Jenna.
Hi. I know. I promised you guys horses, and there are no horses here today. But the good news is the owners took them down to the Del Mar racetrack, and we have the whole place to ourselves, and I have something super exciting planned. We have 400 horses up at the garage.
400 horses in the garage. All right. Well, let's check it out. All right.
So this is what I really wanted to show you, the toy garage.
What a garage, a lot of toys.
We have motorcycles, motorized bicycles,
Yep.
a classic Chevelle.
This is a beast. Now this is a nice car. I don't even want to touch it because I don't get my fingerprints on it.
But what you get to go out and have some fun with is this Razor.
So this is the horses.
This is it.
So I get to drive this?
Go have fun.
All right. Can I bring Tawny with me?
Of course.
Wow.
Go rip it
All
up.
right. Let's go cruising this beast. I'm gonna go grab Tawny and we're gonna go tear it up.
Now, remember, be gentle. The owners aren't here.
All right, got it. Giddy up. Let's do this.
If you would take all the posters on my walls growing up as a kid and put all the cars together, it would be that garage. I mean, that property is absolutely amazing and something that dreams are made of. But right now, we're gonna check out your agent in your city.
We're outside of Haciendas Deli, one of the Lower East Side's most famous eateries. It's where Ashley and Harry met Sally. Sally had her aha moment, and we see, I have what she's having. For me, the reason why I love the Lower East Side is it's New York's story. It's a story of immigration, a story of people working for a better life, and that's my story. I started in real estate from a Craigslist ad, and look at where we are. We're now selling multi-million-dollar luxury apartments in the Lower East Side, and we're going to be profiling 50 Clinton a little bit later. Come on, let's take a look. One of the things I like best about 50 Clinton is its public roof. And one of the things I like best about the public roof is this view of the city's architecture. It really shows the great progression of New York City's skyscrapers and super tall buildings and the way the city has been built from the ground up. So 50 Clinton Street has a host of amenities, this being the most notable of them, the public outdoor space. Now that we're done with the public outdoor space, let's go ahead and see the private. The nice thing about this private outdoor space is that it conjoins with the public outdoor space. So let's say that you're hosting a party of 50 people, 60 people, 70 people, 100 people. You can use your private and the public, have a massive party. Then as the night wears on, take it a little bit more intimate. And then as the night wears even further on into the early morning hours, take it downstairs to the penthouse and the private terrace there. Let's go ahead and take a look. Penthouse A is a true 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,226 square foot residence with private outdoor space, both the roof and an off-suite terrace. Here we have the living room, or great room as we like to call it. And it certainly is pretty expansive with over 10-foot ceilings and this beautiful view to the east. And here at the kitchen we have beautiful imported marble. We have a backsplash of granite. We have brass fixtures, appliances made by Wolf, Melee, and Sub-Zero. So here we have a massive second bathroom. Absolutely gorgeous, heated floors, marble. Washer dryer through here. And the second bedroom, which is where you're gonna notice one of the best features of this apartment, and that's the residence or owner's portion of the outdoor space. We do entertaining here, and we do living here. And this is where we get a better feel. In the morning, you can do your breakfast, your coffee. In the evening, you can do your wine. You can enjoy this space private and separate from everyone else and secluded. It's almost your own little enclave. And the nearest building, as you can see, is about a quarter mile away, so you're guaranteed privacy throughout the day. Coming back into the residence, we see right here to our left the amazing master suite, which is, frankly speaking, to die for. And through here, honestly, one of the best bathrooms I've ever seen in the city. 50 Clinton is a collection of 37 residences, the architect of which is Paris Farino. She's really famous for having worked on Walker Tower and also for this building in addition to Steiner East Village or 438 East 12th Street. We only have a handful of units left, one of which is this beautiful penthouse. Thanks for stopping by 50 Clinton, taking a brief tour of the Lower East Side. As you can see, it's America's story, it's New York's story, it's my story, and it's the story of the American dream. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks and have a great day.
When I was at a large firm, the one thing I noticed was what not to do. And from there, I had a good idea as what I wanted from a firm. So I think I took those lessons and I realized if I started my own firm, I would have a great foundation to take something and make it better. Just learning those lessons. The risk of starting a new firm, it's really simple. It's going from a set salary to not knowing where the next paycheck's gonna come from. Obviously, there are bills to pay. I used to have a set salary and now all of a sudden I'm worried, when's the next paycheck going to come? Just worrying about that all the time, it just, actually gave me extra motivation. I kind of used that kind of as fuel to be even better. Having a family is what made the transition very simple. They were the ones driving me and basically making me be better. They were the ones who were, keeping me honest and making sure I was able to, be up at all hours, whether I was attending to a newborn, and now being able to answer the phone at midnight, it just gave me extra time to work throughout the day. I think I was the one scared. My wife, from the start, was pushing me. She was the one driving me to do this for many, many years, and people always assume it was the opposite. Coming from a large firm, there's the stability, but I think she noticed something in me, very early on that I was, I had that ability to take something to the next level, and she kept telling me to run with it, but I was always reluctant because I was worried about my family. But once I had that extra motivation, I met Brett and, we spoke about it and we had a game plan. It just all flew from there. Building the firm from scratch to one of the preeminent law firms in the city, as Glazer & Kaufman, was actually quite simple. It's been about keeping the message consistent from day one. I wanted to make sure that we focused on sellers, buyers, lenders, brokers, and giving them 24/7 attention at all hours, nights, weekends, whenever. We are known for working with the top brokers for one simple reason. We always answer and answer quickly. If I do not answer quickly, call for help. I think the main takeaway from everything from start to finish, we always had the same ideals. We always knew that from start to finish, we always had to put a focus on buyer, seller, lender, brokers. We had to have that constant focus, attention to detail, taking that phone call on the weekends, at nights, 24/7. We always had that mentality, and that really has not changed. We're not the type of firm that passes off a file to, an underling and we just kind of walk away. We always have that, personal touch and, want to take it, build that relationship. We find that, to be the most important facet of, what we offer any specific client or relationship. What separates Glazer & Kaufman from other firms and why a first-time home buyer should hire us in their first transaction is because we have an intimate knowledge about New York City real estate. Co-ops in New York are common. In every other state, they are not. So we have that ability to work on any sort of file and work on it effectively and efficiently. The advice I would give to first-time home buyers is basically surround yourself with the proper team. You have to have the right broker, the right attorney, the right lender, the right insurance provider, and just everyone has to be on the same page working towards the same common goal, getting you your first home, first piece of the American dream.
Hey guys, welcome to Miami Beach.
This is beautiful.
Hydrate this. 1942.
It does say Miami's Maverick.
Right, exactly.
So tonight we have dinner.
We have dinner. Yacht. The yacht.
Last night I'm in New York City. Today I'm on this beautiful yacht in Miami.
This is Doma in Wynwood. Just opened last week.
Gimme
we got to go check out the rest of Miami. You ready?
I'm ready.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
Well, that's it for this episode of The American Dream. I don't know how I ended up in the studio when Craig and Tawny got to ride that thing out in Rancho Santa Fe. Either way, if you have a property that you think would be perfect for The American Dream, or you have a story that you think that we should shoot out all over the nation, we would love to hear from you. And until the next episode, I hope you keep dreaming, and thanks for stopping by.